All right. I'll turn this down a little bit. Oh man, you guys, it's hot. It went from being 58 degrees last week to 85 today. And we're gonna have 85, 87. Ugh. Okay, you're gonna sit in the middle of the road? What are you gonna do? Yeah, you gotta do something because I can't get around you. Can't just sit in the middle. Hey, learning how to drive. Of course, it's a high school. The talent. The talent is amazing. Oh my God. We had our first, I'll get to school stuff and teacher stuff in a minute, but we had our first run through today. Not run through, read through. Awesome. My gosh, we cast the right people. And then we recast some folks. My girl who teaches Zumba got cast as a cow. Milky white. Come on, people, use your blinkers. Okay. Can I go? Can I go? I can. Woo! Speed demon. Yeah, so recast some folks. Would make sense for them, but the singing, I know the people we cast for the show are going to be able to sing it, and it is really, really difficult music. If you haven't seen Into the Woods, you can see it on YouTube. You can see both the Meryl Streep version and the Bernadette Peters. The Bernadette Peters version in my book is better. So we had a read through and the kids were having fun. It was it's like we're forming. I'm starting to understand the vision of dance in this, which is because this usually has no dance. So I'm starting to understand that. Anyway, talent. I'm really happy to work with this cast. So let's get on to my difficult class. That my co-teacher reminded me of a not grammar, but sentence writing and paragraph writing strategy that I'd actually been trained in back in, oh gosh, the early 2000s, but the program is still around and it still follows the same system. So it's the University of Kansas Writing Strategies program. And hi, thanks for coming in. Is that Jeff? I can't see who that is. University of Kansas Writing Strategies program, and it actually it's really good, especially for ELL and students who are struggling with just getting their words out on paper. What are you doing? Oh, people driving. I hate people. So it's really simple. Kids feel successful. It's not simple as in they're not learning anything. At first, it starts out as a reminder. What are the 5 things that you need in a sentence for it to be successful? You need a capital letter, you need a subject, you need a verb, you need punctuation, and it needs to make sense. 5 things you need to know, or 5 things that make a sentence. After they get that down, which luckily most of my 9th graders, there were 5 or 6 that were struggling with that. Like, I don't know how to write a sentence like that. What's a subject? So those are things we have to work on, and we'll just keep one-on-oneing with those students. But we're gonna jump ahead. We're gonna jump ahead so that please let me in. People. We're going to jump ahead to go to subject verb agreement. And we're going to not use that word predicate. Can't use the word predicate. I mean, I didn't even grow up with predicate. Hey, Pine City Apiary's here. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, I didn't grow up with the word predicate. But we're gonna stay away from that and stick to subject verb. So from this program is really gonna get them, just besides having to write every time they walk in my class, they get a choice of 3 writing prompts. We're gonna work that grammar in a way that is not scary. It's not scary. So you have, sorry, I've got somebody driving very strangely up here. So it's not scary. So that we're just looking to make sure that we get proficient in sentence writing. Then after that, we'll work towards proficiency in writing a good paragraph, and then hopefully by the end of the quarter we can do a really good narrative essay, which is the goal anyway. I used to think that the standards were way too low. But then for 9th grade, I thought we were really reaching low, but this is steady across the district, across the state. And Minnesota actually, even though it has an achievement, I call it an opportunity gap. Even though it has an opportunity gap, if you can think about that as the achievement gap, our students still score higher than most of the other states. That's across the board. When it comes to the ACT, our students usually perform 2 to 4 points higher than anyone in the nation, depending on demographic. I mean, not depending on demographic. Each demographic scores higher than each demographic in other states. So if we're looking at ACT, right, the average score for African American students across the nation is somewhere between 15 and 16. The average score, so you know that takes the low and the high. The average score for Minnesota is 18 to 20, 17 to 20, let's say that, 17 to 20. Now, that compares to our white students. Average is 22. So there is a gap there. But we're also we continue to push the bar. We keep getting all of our groups to move up. And I'm going to tell you this. If you're doing good teaching strategies and your group that is on the bottom makes 5 points gain, and your group that is on the top makes 5 points gain, that gap is still going to get there, but everybody made a 5-point gain. And this is what makes me angry, is they keep talking about that gap, but the only way to take that gap away in terms of what I think is that there's 2 ways. One, you push students into those accelerated classes and give them the skills to get there, to do well. And 2, this is the other crazy one. I wouldn't do this, but if you're teaching good strategies, then the top half is going to start doing better too. Oh, I get a little passionate about this. So the only way to make sure that the gap doesn't persist is to take away the strategies you're teaching everybody to the top students. Say, nope, you have to learn on your own. So if it's a 5-point gain, 10-point gain on the bottom and the top, we're doing doing something right. Gain on the bottom and a 10-point gain on the top, but you know, miracles are hard to come by sometimes, you know. Anyway, woo, that went somewhere, didn't it? I was passionate about that. And I am passionate. Being a teacher, I'm already starting to feel you got to do this, you got to do more, you got to do more. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing 13-hour days and struggling to make sure I meet the needs of an illegal class because my class has too many special needs students in it. Not that they don't deserve to be in a general ed class, but darn it, hire more teachers so that they can have a smaller class size. My class that struggles the most, ooh, I'm burning today. My class that struggles the most has the most students in it, besides dance. My class, I need to calm down. Woo! I need to calm down. But my class that has the most students in it has the most needs. What's that about? What is that about? That is not fair. Yes, you give us 2 teachers, but when you have to do one-on-one with 20 of 30, 35, 36 kids, nobody is getting what they need. However, we did find my co-teacher did say, hey, do you know about this strategy? I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder if I still have my stuff. We had success with every single child in that room today. We had popcorn happening, people who had to stand up and move around, I understand. I talked to one young man and I said, what can I do for you to help you learn more? Thank you for honking, it wasn't me. Ooh, got me on the wrong day. You got the wrong teacher on the wrong day if you're gonna honk at me. Wrong teacher on just a reminder that sometimes that's just one way. Oh, there's a really big cat over there, like almost a Maine Coon sized cat. Wow, cool. Anyway, that was my day. I had success with my difficult class. I had success with my other classes. My dance class was a success, and we had so much talent in that auditorium. I will check what's going on in the chat as soon as I pull in. Thank you for hanging out with me on my drive home as I reflect. As I always say, let's put some glasses on because you know I can't see a thing. Okay, buffering bad. Anyone else? Yes, I was buffering. All right, Virginia. Okay. Rush hour now. Yep. No road rage. Yes. Hey, Revel. Good to see you. Yep. I agree. Parents need to help out. Hi, Revel. Hi, Revel. 35 students. Oh, Virginia, you're probably not here anymore, but that's nothing. I'm lucky, even though it's sad. You guys, you didn't thumbs it up. Anyway, I'm lucky because many of my, that's my sore, ouch. Many of my co-teachers, or many of my co-workers have 40 in a class, but they're upperclassmen, and those are usually the accelerated classes. But still, my accelerated classes have 22, 25. Yeah, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. 22, 25. But my biggest class, besides dance you need to have it 35 to 38 is about good. You need to have it at that, but that class, parents would be mad, but I could condense 2 of my classes and move a couple kids to another smaller class, and I could have 2 regular or intro to high school English and 2 Quest. Although I don't know if I could literally do 2 hours of it might be easier if there's less kids in there, but right now, all of my energy after I go to dance, all of my energy is spent planning to have a successful class with my difficult students. Whew. It keeps me up at night. But it'll probably get easier. I think it'll get easier because I'm starting to understand them a little more. Regina, keep it 11, 12, 13-hour days with my students. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I might get tired. What did you say? Try it? Try what? Do that, Karen. Wow. Thank you for the reminder. Thumbs up. Yes. Yay. Much success. Yeah, much success. Yeah, I have to keep it up. I can't, however, once I know my students, it'll get better. I will sleep more. Excuse me. I will sleep more. I'll be in a better place. Oh, my niece is on day 2 of a migraine headache. She just texted me. Might be the whiskey. Anyway, I'm gonna go in and see my husband because it's 6 o'clock and we have to go to bed at 9 because I have to get up at 5 because I have to be at work at 6 so I can come home at 6. Okay. What does that say? Who said that? A teacher has a hard life. You bring work home. It never stops. You know what though, Angela? I don't bring work home, but this year it's easier. School doesn't start until 8:30. I don't have to be there at 6. I need to be there by 7, but I don't have to be there at 6. The reason I go in early is so I can do all of the stuff that I would have to do if I brought it home after rehearsal, right? If I brought it home after rehearsal, we would eat later, I would get to bed later. So this is better because I get to school, I work, I get to school, I do my planning, I do my grading, I do everything I need to do in those 2.5 hours. And then after that, all I have to do is work, and then I come home and I can spend 3 hours with my husband. 3 hours. Otherwise, he would go off to work, I'd still be sleeping, I'd be grading at 9 o'clock at night, going to bed at 10:30. I wouldn't see him. We would disturb each other's sleep. So this is much better. Get to work at 6, work till 6, have 3 hours with my husband. So thank you guys. Thank you. I know it's like, she only has 2 people in here, but it's my reflection time and I really appreciate, hey, Delightful Dawn, I'm glad you're here. I really appreciate you listening to these reflections. It makes my day, it makes me think better the next day, and I want to spend some time with my husband. So I will see you later. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow, probably around the same time, 5:30, 5:40. I get done with rehearsal at 5:30, so 5:40. No, tomorrow I'm done early, so thank you. I'll see you later. Bye.